Hello pilots, and welcome to another Mecha Break gameplay video. Now today is a little bit special as we are testing Mikillja, Mickey on the Playtest server. This has to be one of the most unique strikers in Mecha Break. But before we get into it, I have to let you guys know that this is just a test, so everything you see here is subject to change until the official launch of Season 2, so take everything with a pinch of salt. But with that said, let's get into it. So this striker is an incredibly chunky striker. In its default posture, it has a few attacks. The first one is actually, it's a melee combo. You actually just start wailing and punching your enemy, and it does a tremendous amount of physical direct health damage. Let's have a look at the execution while we're at it. A classic lift up light show. Its secondary attack is a hand pulsar that allows you to just fire out a beam at the enemy. Again, this one does incredible amounts of damage to fluid armor. So between these two different modes, you can actually deal some pretty significant damage to your enemy. The punches actually have a pretty decent forward momentum on them. So you can see when you kind of get into range, about 125 meters, your ability starts to light up. If you push it, you actually do get a pretty nice forward rush on it. So I think it's going to be relatively easy to connect with these, similar to other melee weapons. Even though it's a punch, it does have the range of anything else you might expect, like Welkin's axe or Alesen's glaive. It also has this refraction field, which deploys escort drones to create a field around you, which gives you immunity to energy damage and reflecting non-area damage to nearby enemies. So this is actually an incredibly strong defensive. When the enemy attacks you, for example, if you look at strikers which are classically good against ultra heavies like Inferno and Hurricane and so on, the energy damage is going to be blocked. So you do get these drones, they do follow you around, so that's an incredibly strong defensive. Unlike other heavy strikers like Hurricane, who have to sort of, place their dome down on the ground, or, they leave their decoy drones behind them. Everything about Mickey is about mobility. So next up is the chariot mode. So this transforms your striker. It gives you additional shielding, just like you would imagine on a Tricera. However, when you are in chariot mode, although your mobility and speed do increase, you can't jump. You are fixed onto the ground, so this is not going to help you take down any flyers or anything like that, but it does give you some incredible ground mobility. It has a ton of energy, you can fly very fast with it, and it's very interesting. So when you switch, your weapons do change up as well. So you have your charge, and this works exactly like Panther's Lance does. It has a pretty decent lock-on range. The longer you charge up, the further the charge will go, and you can get right into the enemy, and it's going to charge through anything and just essentially knock them out of the way. Next up, your secondary is a rocket punch. Now this does cause your opponent to stagger, which is of course going to make it much easier to hook and cook them. And by far the strangest ability is the I don't know what it's called, hang on, the sling grappler. So this ability will literally grapple your enemy, allow you to move around with them, and you can even throw them. So quite a wild striker. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this. The chariot mode is toggleable, so if you do need to get airborne, you can just pop that. I honestly don't know what to say about this striker. I'm not sure how it's going to play, but I think it's going to be an absolute nightmare. to have to deal with this. Especially when, you know, if you're a light striker or something like that, this guy gets on top of you. I don't see how you're going to be able to deal with that. I will be playtesting it later today, so we'll be able to see it in action, as well as other things from Season 2. I've done a video of Norn's abilities as well, if you want to check that out. But do subscribe if you would like to see more. But that is it from me today, so hopefully I will see you in the next one.